Value in managed services is the absolute key. If you're not delivering value, the relationship's not going to last. You want to be focused on the relationship, focused on the day one value that you can deliver, and then continue that relationship through improving on that value. So as I said before, we often find that customers are really light in terms of skills, capability on day one, but over time they're able to do that. They're adding their own value. So it's at that point as an MSP that we start thinking about, okay, what does the managed service model need to do moving forward? How do we need to change that? You should always be on top of the relationship that you have with your MSP at any time. And when you sense, and it's quite an obvious telltale sign that either the MSP doesn't have the skills, the capability to meet the strategic needs of operating models because you're deploying things into the cloud, it becomes quite clear. And it's at that point really that you can start thinking about the future and is this the right relationship for me today with the existing MSP? Should I go and look at something more specialist? Obviously being a Microsoft only house when it comes to the areas that we play in, that's very different to a lot of MSPs. A lot of MSPs will spread their wings, be across multiple vendors, multiple environments. For Cloud Direct, our focal point is all around the Microsoft stack at the end of the day. When it comes to things like additional funding support or customers having real difficulty within their technology stack, we've got the relationship with Microsoft as to when to bring them in. We've obviously got our CSP element to that as well. And I think that's the ideal sort of space that you want to be in, really. Here's our Microsoft environment, here's our Microsoft licensing, and here's the support wrap that goes around that, be it managed services, be it support consultancy, or even a professional services engagement. We work best when we are aligned to customers specifically around the Microsoft stack. That's what we do. So continual service improvement, CSI, is all about maintaining that value and maintaining that relationship. You should have a really sort of fine-knit relationship with the MSP to ensure that you're continually reviewing what the service is delivering today versus tomorrow and 6 months and 12 months. When I go through a service design with a customer, it's with a view to that baseline design for day one. I don't expect that service design to be the fully fledged service still in month 12. There should have been perpetual changes along the way as the service matures, the environment matures, new things are going into that environment. Microsoft are releasing new features, and continual service improvement with the right account team around that will help you to stay on track. So we're looking for things like consumption spend and environments. We're looking for things like security, but also we're looking at, are there opportunities for better ways of working within their environment? So it's not uncommon for organizations to do maybe a lift and shift into the cloud of existing capability, or to set up a baseline environment, and then once they understand how it's performing in the cloud, then make the necessary tweaks, etc., moving forward. Some of those tweaks could be taking resources from a virtual machine instance into a more of a PaaS resource instance because it's more efficient, it's less management, it's more cost saving. So these are the types of things that we want to be looking at along the way with and the journey with the customer.